Right now, you're speaking like this instead of like this. As soon as you understand this concept of sound memory, you can overcome boy voice. And I know, bro, you clicked on this video thinking he's not talking about me, but I'm gonna check this out anyway. You are exactly who I'm speaking to because you have boy voice right now and you don't even realize it. And you're going to continue to lack the respect from people around you unless you make a change. But you think trying to get a deep voice is cringe, but it's because you've tried, bro. And you've tried all the straw techniques and the bullshit, and it hasn't worked. Of course it hasn't. And I also used to think that developing a masculine voice was cringe, but until I took it seriously, I sounded like this.
There are a lot of benefits to meditation, including clear thinking, lower stress levels.
I can remember walking up the steps to my childhood home in this period of my life. I've got my girlfriend's hand in mind, and we were coming home for Christmas, right? It's the first time I'm seeing my family in a while, and I'm saying hello to everyone. Hey mom, hey dad, what's going on? And then my brother comes out, and he says, what's up, Luke? Good to see you. And I should be really happy to see my brother, right? It's the first time that I've seen him in like a year. But no lie, bro, I am insecure in this moment. Because I realize that the difference in how we speak is so pronounced. And I'm kind of like, damn, this is embarrassing that I'm here sounding weak in front of my girlfriend, and it seems like I just didn't hit the genetic lottery. But everything changed for me when I found out the truth. That your voice is highly malleable. And it's because of this thing called sound memory. Right now, sound memory has your balls, bro. You know how your body collects habits, right? It makes it easier to go throughout daily life. You don't even think about brushing your teeth anymore, it just kind of happens. The exact same thing happens with your speaking and your breathing, meaning you get used to speaking and breathing in a certain way, even if it is unhealthy or unhelpful. Your body doesn't register that because it's just habit now. This part of your brain makes you think it's just quote unquote your voice. What sound memory does is your brain remembers the past 50, 100 times that you've spoke, and it recognizes this is what my voice sounds like. I'm going to try and replicate that the next time that I speak. And this is why I see people with lifelong voice problems that kill their charisma and they don't even recognize it. It's because whenever they were 3 and they were learning how to speak, they were mimicking people either with bad voice habits or with a voice very different from their own, meaning their parents or their siblings. And because they grew up and it feels like just their voice, they never fucking change. Don't let that be you. The good news is that sound memory can be influenced. And it's a pretty simple process. I've got 3 steps, actually. But first you have to realize that voice is the amplifier of charisma, meaning every other charismatic skill you learn, persuasion, flirting, storytelling, it all has a little multiplier next to it, which is your voice. And your charisma is either enhanced or cut down by your voice, because it's not some cheap trick or gimmick. What we're working on is a permanent change to your relationships, because it changes how you are framed in every conversation, how other people perceive you. Before there was spoken word, we only were able to judge people on their voice quality, meaning your voice is the deepest signal of character that you have. It's the most primal way that we assess one another. Developing a deep masculine voice signals trustworthiness, experience, authority. And I'm telling you, bro, with my most recent client, as soon as we worked on this, on speaking deeply and with expression, he came back 1 week later and told me he pulled more at the club than he ever had before. Voice is always the most influential thing that I work on with my clients. So let's talk about how. First of all, we have to discuss the golden ratio of voice control. When I'm 20 years old, I'm in the kitchen of a party that I'm hosting, there's lights going on everywhere, and we turn the music down for a sec because we're all telling stories to each other. And now it's my turn. I'm standing up to tell this funny story that I have, and I start, and one of my girlfriend's friends, right, this masculine guy, Carson, he makes a joke. And I'm all good with that, right? I'm here for some good-natured ribbing. But then Carson starts telling a story after the joke. And he's going on for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. And at this point, everyone is wrapped in what Carson is saying, and no one's looking at me. They've kind of forgotten about me. So no lie, bro. I just kind of sit down quietly. The reason I used to be constantly spoken over is because I never used the golden ratio to command attention. This ratio is the amount of air that you use versus the amount of your vocal cords that you use, which is why some people speak like that straining balloon. And this ratio determines how your voice sounds. Step 1 is develop your breath. Pretty simply, you've been taught to breathe wrong, bro. If you look at how kids breathe, they don't give a fuck what they look like, right? They're just breathing through their gut. They breathe big, breathe loud. Don't breathe like that. But as soon as you start to grow up some, people tell you stick your chest out, suck your stomach in. But when you do this, you cut off all of the power behind your voice because you limit your breath. And when you limit your breath, you have no air to go through your vocal cords, and you naturally are going to sound weak. So to breathe properly, I want you to take your hand and your middle finger specifically, put it 2 inches below your belly button. That is where I want you to feel your air coming in. Make sure that your shoulders aren't moving when you breathe. Take all of your breath directly into that part of your gut. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. When you're breathing in, feel that part of your stomach move, and when you're breathing out, make sure there is zero tension, that you aren't pressing the air out. It's almost just like you're letting it fall out. And now you can't just breathe like this for this part of the video, bro. You have to make this a habit, because when you do, your body finally starts to take in the amount of air that it's supposed to. Meaning you can speak loudly, you can project your voice, and it's easy to, it feels natural to, because now you finally have the power to do so. And when you first start doing this, it's probably going to feel like you're lightheaded, like you're hyperventilating. It's because you are. Your body's not used to taking in that amount of air yet, but it will become so. Keep breathing through it. Whenever you finally take in the proper amount of air, you are able to speak loudly without it feeling inauthentic. And this is something you want, because everything that you say is important, bro. Otherwise, you wouldn't be saying it. Make sure that people hear you. Step 2 is voice shaping. Now we are working on the vocal cords. And you don't have to get super scientific about this, but basically just look at the voices that you respect and admire and want to sound like, and point out the qualities that you like about them. So find recordings of people that you like. Or if you like my voice, listen to my voice while I'm speaking and think, what are the exact qualities about this voice that I like? Is it a little bit gravelly? Is it a little bit raspy? Is there a lot of power, force behind it? What is it exactly that I want in my voice? And once you point out specific qualities, you're able to mimic them. Learn by copying, bro. What you're doing when you're doing this is you're adjusting the timbre, the qualities of your voice that aren't necessarily pointed out by pitch or speed or anything that people usually can put a finger on. And you're never going to sound exactly the same as the person that you're copying, but this is how you change your sound memory, is simply by speaking this way over and over again until your brain thinks, oh, this is just what my voice sounds like. Yes, yes it is, brain, thank you. And if you want to know the most compelling voice timbre and how to unlock it, click the first link in the description right now. Step 3 is command presence. This is what unlocks your masculine edge. Command presence is a term used by the military, and it is the skill of being able to present yourself with authority in any situation. This skill is a crucial step in being able to gain respect and develop charisma. Whenever I went out to a bar with my boy Ian, we see this group of older ladies, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to them. They're older ladies. I'm probably going to bother them. They probably aren't going to be super fun in conversation. And then Ian says, let's go anyway. And my feet just stick. They stay there. And I feel anxious, bro, no lie. Because I'm like, I don't want to be embarrassed right now. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But Anchors kind of drags me over anyway. And is like, hey, what's up? I'm Ian. This is my boy Luke. What are you guys up to? Despite these ladies being 40, 50, 60, and we're both like 22, we have an amazing conversation. Me and Ian are cracking each other up, and we kind of crack them up while we're at it. And after that, I pull Ian aside and I say, bro, I have a lot of respect for you, because I probably wouldn't have done that. I was really nervous before I went up. And as soon as I said that, it's like this weight was off my chest. Like I admitted something that I saw as a fault, but now I was able to move past it. Later on in the night, we go out to a different bar and we see this group of 6 girls, and they're all our age. They're all super freaking cute. And Ian and I are out, you know, we're out to meet girls, no lie. So this is the exact situation we're hoping for. And we look at each other, both drink in hand, and we're like, we know what we need to do, but neither of us want to go do it. Both of us are stuck in our feet. It was probably 10 seconds that we're standing there, but I swear it felt like an eternity of just anxiety. But I look Ian in the eye and I say, bro, I'm nervous right now, but let's do it anyway. I walk up to this group of girls and I say, hey, what's up? I'm Luke. This is Ian. You guys look cool. Do you mind if we join you? And no lie, bro, we partied with those girls for the rest of the night. They were super fun. But what I learned from those 2 moments is that confident people never have to lie about anything. And this is the key to developing command presence without even thinking about it. Because when you are able to admit fault, whenever you are able to say your true thoughts in any situation, it's like you not only gain the confidence of the people around you, but you increase your own confidence. Because now you see the thought pattern. Now you understand, oh shit, I can accept this fear. I can accept this part of myself that's weak and overcome it. Meaning if someone ever asks you, hey, do you like this girl? You can be like, yeah, no, she's cute. Okay, why haven't you said anything to her? I guess I've just been nervous and I've been making excuses in my head. No lie. Whenever you are able to say the hard, embarrassing things with confidence, you can overcome them so much faster. And every time that I've said something I'm embarrassed by and just admitted it freely, I'm able to full send any situation. It's almost as if you're admitting, yeah, I'm human. I realize that I struggle with this. And I know that other people probably struggle with this too. It's not weird. I can just overcome it. And with this, you've just unlocked one more confident situation that makes you stand out as a leader among men. Unlock enough of these confident situations and you just seem confident 24/7, when in reality, you've just gained a lot of XP. Now that you know how to develop a masculine, confident voice with command presence using the golden ratio, your next step is to watch this video right now to understand the roadblocks you are going to come across when implementing your new voice and how to overcome them so that you don't sound like you're faking it. Act now and become unstoppable.